I've got a decent start in on the Gannet. That tape there, in the next little clip of video, you'll see what that's all about. Alright, so what I've done is just about all this first page. A lot of it, like they call out to paint along the way, I've just put it all together because I can just paint. I can paint it together. So what I can get together, I'm going to paint it that way. Some of the smaller parts I'll probably paint off and then glue them in so I can get all the angles. So far, very well engineered, fits all good, all positive fits. There's grooves and slots and everything to line it all up. The only small negative comment I can give so far is some of the parts on the sprues. The sprue gates are huge for the size of the part. Like generally they're pretty good, but some of them I've cut off. Like this small piece here, you can still see where it was. All that was sprue gate, and it was one instance. The sprue gate on this piece, well, is so big that it warped this part. That shouldn't really be shaped like that. It should be square all the way down, sort of like it's a bit warped, because the sprue gate was like 3mm in width onto the part, not to mention thickness. And that's not really a big deal. That's just the only small negative I found. But some parts, well, most of the parts are fine, but some are, I don't know why. And I noticed I have a broken part there. I'll have to use some super glue when I get to that stage. That would be my other negative. The sprues are so huge, but that's comes back to their cost and everything, I suppose. Do it the most efficient way possible. So this is the Bombay. I've had a look through their colour callouts. As mentioned, it's Humbrol, and I have an app on my phone. I can never think of the name of it, but I use that and go to Humbrol and just read the paint number, like 90, and it'll tell you the colour, which is 90 is sky. So the Bombay is sky, which I think is unusual, but hey ho, that's what it is. And Airfix is generally right with their colour callouts. It is British aircraft after all. This aircraft is from my favourite era. Everything's black, all the cockpit's black, pretty much. A few parts I've got to paint in some different colours, but they'll hand paint, like headrest, the seat they've called for. It's not really moulded though, you can't really. The back cushion is like khaki or something like that, but so, and then I was trying to work out so you put this piece on here, A3, which is that one, which is the inside of the nose gear bay, and they don't mention a colour for it. So I was looking, you don't come back to it till, here we go, steps, 110, working on the nose gear. And again, there's parts going in with colour callouts. 56, I think, is a metallic colour from memory, but I'll have to check. But it's still not mentioning the actual bay, but the side pieces, which are inserts, and the back. So you got the two inserts and the back insert. They're black, so the bay is black, but they don't tell you that for that, because that bay is black and it's got 4 doors that go onto it. 2 smaller doors are sky and the 2 bigger doors are black, and the wing gear bays are silver or aluminium. So I mean, that's what it is, no doubt, but it's just, I find it odd that they painted the gear bays different colours. But anyway, getting off track. But yeah, as mentioned, this all went together good. They've really engineered it well, so I'm at the stage now, I'm ready to paint all this up already. And before I do that, I might get off the fuselage halves and put on the sidewall panels and do that at the same time, because a lot of this, as you can see there, is decals going on, and some of the parts in here, so some of the instrumentation, radios and whatnot, whatever they are, like the main instrument panel, this, I don't know if it's radio or something to do with the sonar, and some others have got decals. So paint it all up, give it a gloss clear coat, and then do the decals. So then I'll have to let the decals dry before I can start doing washes. Alright, so yeah, very good so far. So the part A6, which is that one you have to put the weight in, 12 grams. I had some lead shot. I've had it for years for this sort of thing, and normally I just use fishing sinkers weights, but I needed something fine to fit in this area. 12 grams, I've managed to get a bit more, so I probably got about 14, 15. I try and get a bit more than what is recommended usually on anything, just to be sure. I've mixed some white glue with water and just poured it in there, and then what I'm going to do is put some tape, just some tape over that, because this part, which is the floor in the cockpit area, floor of the cockpit, will sit on top, and there's still a bit of a gap, so don't worry if your weight is a little bit over the sides, but not too much. You've probably got, oh yeah, maybe 2 mil that end and 1 mil the other end, so you try and keep it pretty level. Well, I've primed my parts, but then I've realised I need to put in some harnesses, seat belts. I'm just doing an out-of-box build, so I don't have any aftermarket harnesses to use, so my cheapy way of doing it is this is aluminium foil. It's a tape, and I have, well, it's a huge roll I bought years ago, and it will last 10 lifetimes. So it's sticky on the aluminium, and you just, it's not too bad. Sometimes it's difficult folding, but fold it over on itself, and I don't worry about the crinkles, because that just adds to the effect. And then I use a ruler. I won't cut it on my, is that showing up there? Yes. And just go to whatever width you want. That's overkill for 148, but just so you get the idea, and it's not straight. Hey, and just cut it like that, and I'll just use CA glue to glue it down. That's, like I said, it's a bit crude, but it gives the effect that there's something there. I prefer these over decals. Some kits you get decals for harnesses. I don't like it because it's two-dimensional. All painted up. You can see it's still, the clear coat's still drying. So the sky in the Bombay and black in the nose gear well, and all the other parts are painted up. Now I have to hand paint in some of the details on some areas where required and add the decals where required. For the black, I've used Tamiya's NATO black. Sky is AK Real Colour. So it's just about getting to the point again. We got a heat wave at the moment, so I'm just about done for the day because of the heat.